at the Valhalla train park right now, and hopefully, yeah, we'll get to ride a train today. Here we are at the Shady Dell station. I just got off the train a moment ago. It was really fun, and there's a lot of beautiful scenery out there. There's a little logging district not too far from here. They even got a little train shed. It's so cool. And there's a little train going on here. Look at that, it's a galloping goose. It's so cool. It's a galloping goose right there. Yeah, little train cars there. That's pretty neat. We got a little bell. That's funny. There's all kinds of them here. It's like car after car after car. I'm just gonna walk down here for a little bit. We got wood seats. It's like legit. Alright, everybody, take one last look at the Shady Dell area. So, this is my conclusion of my trip. So, little steam train there. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe. I should have charged it.
Get what you can.
That is the once weekly oil train thingy. Along pretty nicely, actually.
That battery?
Battery's low, it says. guys, it's Cody3751, and today we're gonna be reviewing these 5 cars that I got at the Great Train Show Sunday. So, this one is a New Haven boxcar, and this one is a Pennsylvania Railroad 50-footer boxcar. This is a 18SF stock car. This is a C&NW boxcar, and this is a Seaboard Airline boxcar. This one's all metal, while the rest of these are plastic with metal underneath them. And I replaced all the couplers and stuff. So if you're wanting to see me, show you how I replace couplers, that's in another video. But so this locomotive I've had for years. So I didn't buy that at the train show. So it works pretty good. And so yeah, it's great, and I'm really happy with the result. So again, I thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you guys later. Hello, it's Cody3751. Welcome to my coupler replacement tutorial. In this tutorial, I'm going to be replacing the couplers on this car. Now, this car, by default, for some stupid reason, has the horn hook coupler. So, what do I do with this? Well, I replace it. So, let's begin by doing the very basic stuff. Let's check to see if we have the right kind of couplers. The couplers I chose for this instance is the Katy whisker couplers. There are also Katy number 5 couplers that will fit the same way. However, the Katy whiskers have these tiny little whiskers, basically, that helps it bounce around the car. So I'm just gonna go ahead and these wheels, I'm a little concerned because I don't know if these will actually fit. But all I have to do is pop that right out. This little guy right here, I'll show you in a second. This little guy right here is what was on the car that was holding the truck in place. So if Atlas is watching this, they need to fix this problem because it's kind of stupid the way that is made like that. Why that is made like that? So if Atlas is watching this, they need to put screws instead of these little guys in their cars. But I could be wrong. They may be doing that now, but this car was made quite a few years ago, so it may be just something they did way back in the day. So this next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to unscrew using the number 1 screwdriver. Oops. It's very hard to do this. Multiple. So it doesn't have to be really loose. Like it just came loose right there. Let's take that out. So this is the old coupler. I'm going to put that aside for now. And I'm going to replace it with this new coupler. Basically acts the same way as this old coupler. The only difference is it's a knuckle coupler. So it's really hard to hold this in position. So I'm just gonna try to use. It's very hard to do this sideways. So I'm gonna try to do this with 2 hands. I'm gonna put this in there. I'm not sure if you guys can see it. Let me just move my hand there so you can see what's going on there. So what's going on here is that we got it's very hard to see, isn't it? So what we got going on here is that the knuckle coupler is the coupler shaft is on the outside of the hole of the internal thing, and that basically allows it to bounce around. So you're going to make sure that the whiskers are inside the shaft holder, the pocket. Yes, pocket. That's what they call it. So it's very delicate. You got to be really careful. So that is on there. However, I much rather screw it in. So just grab this magnetized screwdriver. It's okay to use magnets around trains, it's fine. They're not computers. I'm just kidding. Computers, you can do the same thing, but I highly recommend you use a magnetized screwdriver when you're working with trains. So it's very hard to get a grip on this. So let's make this. Very hard to get a grip on this, by the way. So screw this into the picture so you can see what I'm doing. It's very hard to do this. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna place this on the top. Let's put this camera around so you can see what I'm doing. Ah, shoot. I'm just gonna So, just so you see what I'm doing. So that is the new coupler in its place, hopefully. Yay. So I'm just going to turn this just slightly. Like that. Yeah, it looks pretty good to me. So the next one's going to be easier, obviously. First, I'm going to put this back in its socket. Again, Atlas, don't do this anymore. Really hate it. Come on. It's really hard, I gotta tell you. Sometimes, you know, it's worth looking into, you know. Atlas is a little expensive, but it's not that expensive anyway. Back when this was made in China, but they're not made in China anymore, they're made in Chicago. There we go, so now I'm gonna tamper that in just a little bit with a screwdriver. So that's in there, as far as I know. So the next one's going to be a little harder because it's going to be a little easier because I know what to expect. Make sure that's off of there. Unscrew this coupler pocket screw. I wish they would put screws on both the coupler pocket and the truck as well, but that's just my opinion, honestly. So there is the old coupler right there. I'm gonna put this back where it was, so you guys can see what's going on. Just gonna put this on there. How about that, huh? That's better than I expected. So now the final step is to put the trucks back on the frame using the little tiny, this thing right here that the car came with. For some reason, I don't like it. I really don't like it. I just have to deal with it when you get something that is made elsewhere. That's the way it was. So there you go, and I'm just going to turn this back around. So let's do a quick review. Excuse me. So let's just do a quick review. This car now has. Oops. So let's do a quick review, and that is I have both couplers on there. This car it's very good, and so I have another one just like it, and I just added another one, so that's great. I will see you guys later. Time for another model train demonstration. Today we're going to do something a little different. We're going to demonstrate how you can program locomotives to different addresses. So let's get things started. First one I want to program is, heck, I don't know what I'm doing.
is going to be this locomotive right here. It's very simple. All I have to do is program it from 3 to a different number. This does that. And we can set this to 1. So you probably know how to do this from different videos. And that's how you program the locomotive. I'll show you do it again. Take that off of there. This one on. So if you have a locomotive that has a higher number than what this allows, all I have to do is go to 3 and press 1. Hold this down and release it at the same time. And then program this to a different number. I'm just going to use 5. Should work now. There's the train right there. So now we're going to try a different locomotive. This is different. You see, both the RS3 and the SW1000 have Digitrax decoders, so they have to be programmed separately. I'm sorry guys, but the Digitrax decoders are not NWR compatible. They will change the address if you program a locomotive that is NWR compatible. So don't buy the Digitrax. I would rather it would be like a Tsunami non-sound decoder or a Train Control Systems non-sound decoder. It's just they're really inexpensive. They're like $30 a piece. But the Digitrax decoders are all I got right now, so that's more of a temporary thing for my case. So anyway, sorry about my voice. I'm fighting something. I'm not sure what it is. And so that's just so you can just change this to a different number. It's very simple again. Just gonna change it. So to recap, this one is on 1. This one is 5. So the next locomotive up is going to be 2. Not sure why it didn't work. Didn't work. Make sure you do it right the first time. Make sure it responds well too. Sometimes the decoder will short out if it isn't near the source. So that's just a nice locomotive there. So next we're gonna try a Bachmann locomotive. I expect this not to do anything really weird. I expect this to work the first time. So we're gonna try running it on 3. It works. So now we're gonna try a different address on that one. So if you have been following along, I've just been demonstrating how you can program locomotives. I'll just give you more detail in a different video. This is just the short version, so if you want more detail, you gotta watch the longer version. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Okay guys, this is the long version of my short video which I showed earlier. So we are gonna go into more detail how to program locomotives from different manufacturers. First I'm going to try the Bachmann locomotive. Now to program them to this one is very simple. All you have to do is put it on the track separate from the other locomotives. Then you're going to run it on its original address, forward and back. Try to get the hang of it. Keep pressing this button right here is the forward button. This right here is the reverse. So the one on the left is the forward button. The one on the right is the reverse button. So pay close attention to that. And to reprogram it to a different address, all I have to do is press the 3, then the stop button, and then to program it to a different address, all I have to do is press a number. Doesn't have to be a specific one, but I'm just going to use number 5, and then it will just blink slowly, and then it'll be out of there, and there you go. So they say that these locomotives have electrical momentum, but it doesn't seem to be working as well as I thought, because the motor is not very well set. So the next one we're going to try is this one. Now most decoders, like this Digitrax decoder that's in this one, are set to 3 also. So it's very easy. All I have to do is go to 3, test it back and forth, make sure you don't overheat it. So move it around a little bit. Now you gotta program it, just like press 3, then stop button, release it both at the same time. Then I want to set this one to 1. I don't know if it did it right. Let's find out. Yes, it did. I didn't see it move, did you? So yeah, it just doesn't tell you all the time. So now we're going to try our suite. This has the same decoder as the SW1000. So we're going to go to 3, test it out. Again, electrical momentum doesn't work on this for some reason. So what we're going to do is we're going to hold down 3, then press the stop button, release them both at the same time. Then we're going to pick a number. I'm thinking 4 for this one. Doesn't have to be a specific number. I'd like to keep my locomotives on one side of the slip that came with the system. There's 2 more right there, but I don't usually use those. And so that's number 4. Just have to remember that. Finally, I'm going to program this locomotive. Now, if you have a locomotive that's outside all these numbers on the board right here, and you might have a problem. So what you need to do is press the number 3 button. As you can see, it does nothing. So what you need to do is, as you can see, it is programmed to 3. But what if this was a different number? So, for example, an Atlas Master locomotive will be programmed to the last 2 digits of their number. That's kind of out of the realm of these numbers right here, unless it's like 01 through 09. But if it has the number 0, you might have a problem. So I would say none of the engines I've seen have ever had the last digit 0, except for 10, 11, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 60. But if it has just 2 zeros, you might have a problem. But if it's just 1 through 9, you can definitely program it. But if it's outside the numbers and 0 and 10 through, say, 99, for example, you would need to do something real different. So what you need to do exactly, you need to hold down the 1 and then press the stop button, release them both at the same time. Now, I'm going to pick a number. It's going to be 2. It'll work exactly the same way as if the 2 numbers are a little bit high. This one was 73 originally, but I programmed it to 3. So I wanted to do this just for a demonstration. So that's just one of the things you have to consider when you get an Atlas Master locomotive. You have to reprogram it from a 2-digit number to a 1-digit number. So that's just basically what you need to do. So this is on 2, and because this is going to be a running demonstration, I'm going to back it up to its train. So I'm going to go over here to the other side of my layout. I have 2 trains here I want to show you. And see, I have a really substantial model train collection. And I have a number of cars and 5 locomotives that are DCC. I have 3 analog ones as well, but that's just the 2. These are the 2 main locomotives. I have one from the 1980s and I have one from the 1950s. So we're just going to run these engines at the same time, at least try to, just to give you a demonstration what DCC can do. So we're going to go to number 4. We're going to run this at a very slow speed. As you can see, this one is not going anywhere unless I tell it to do something. So we're going to start that right now. We're going to go to 4. They're kind of chasing each other now. Kind of a odd play. So that's just one of the things you can do with it. You can also go in reverse on this one, not affect that other one. And you can also combine 2 locomotives together. I'll show you how to do that in just a second. So at the snap of fingers, I will show you exactly how you can combine 2 locomotives. I've already made up a really large train, and so we're just gonna try to program these 2 locomotives to run together. I don't have any particular plan, but if I play my cards right, I might be able to get all 3 of these engines on there. I don't know what I'm going to do about this. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this locomotive off of here. Then I'm going to go on to 5. Then I'm going to program to run backwards. Then press the number 6. So that's my constant number, it's just 6. So now it'll run backwards. So when I get to the other locomotive, same thing. So I have to make sure it runs forwards. Leave it the way it is. So what I need to do, I need to go back to where this was. To number 2. Press number 2. Press the stop button. Release them both at the same time. And press number 6. That's how you do it. Now, because this is going to be 2 engines, I'm going to run these both at the same time. Now, locomotives that are DCC are going to run forward because whatever you programmed it's going to run forward anyway. So these 2 locomotives are facing the exact opposite direction. So they will run together because I just programmed them so they will do that. So, in case you missed what I did back with the CP Rail 5009, I basically programmed them to go backwards. So what I did is I basically press the number 6, press the number 5, then the stop button, release them both at the same time, press the reverse button, and then press number 6. And it will just automatically say, oh, I got a reverse. So that's what you got to do. Now what if you want to add another locomotive to this mix? Well, that's easy. All I have to do is take these 2 off. Then I need to do, put one locomotive on there. Make sure you know what address it is from originally. Oops. Didn't mean to do that, but I did. So what I need to do is press number 4, then the stop button, and release. So now what we need to do is press the reverse button, and then number 6. So now that will also run in reverse. So now we will have 3 locomotives. theoretically you can run 3 locomotives with no problems, but I'm not gonna push it too far. I try to run it at a slow speed, so I can at least try to get an idea, give you an idea what you can do with the ECC. So we got 3 locomotives facing opposite directions. So, oops, didn't mean to do that. We're kind of pushing, pulling, whatever you want to call it. So we got 3 locomotives going at exactly the same speed. It's exactly what we can do. I'm just going to try to keep it at this speed so I don't overload the command center. But you can run 3 locomotives at once. No sound. So yeah, it's pretty cool, huh? I apologize in advance. This has been a really long video. Anyway, if you like this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And also click like if you really like it. And I will see you guys later.
Hello, it's Cody3751. You might be wondering where I'm at. Well, at the Columbia Gorge Railroad Club, and that is in Portland, Oregon, and it's right near Emmanuel Hospital. And look at that, there's a train right there. It is an F unit, 3 of them, and it's pulling a train. So this is a very interesting layout because it's got 3 miles of track, and it's the largest layout on the West Coast. You might be thinking, you might have heard of another layout. Yes, the San Diegan in the Road. That is the San Diego Model Railroad Museum. Now, the San Diego Model Railroad Museum is not a permanent layout. It is, basically renting a basement right now. And this layout right here is different from that because it is, they own the building, and this building is owned by the Columbia Gorge Model Railroad Club. So it's a nice layout, and it's permanently in this location. Now, it's on the corner of Russell and North Vancouver, and they have open houses every weekend in November. And in fact, it's still going on right now as of the date of this video. So you got that Amtrak train going by. In just a minute here, you'll see another train, which I really like. What's coming up in a second here? Here it comes. Now, this train is really interesting because it's one of those things which I thought would be a big hit with the kids, and I'm right. So this is coming up in a second. So what is it? Yes, Thomas the Tank Engine train. This is one of those things that the club has, and it's basically runs on the layout, and it's probably one of the best examples of a random train that's on this layout. So this layout has basically a bunch of Thomas Bachman Thomas locomotives on each flat car, and it's basically a big hit with the kids. And if you notice that each character is represented, almost every character, and going toward the back there's some other characters, and it's really nice. So yeah, it's one of those trains that I think is a great promoter for the club. So yeah, it's really enjoyable. So this video has no sound, and it's because there's a lot of talking in the background. There's a lot of people going through on the weekends in November, so it's not the ideal situation where you want to basically have live sound, but it does work when I do dialogue like this, because it's simply the best thing to do. You might get bored just doing that, just me doing that. Anyway, here's another train right here. This is the same Amtrak train we saw earlier, and this is what Amtrak trains looked like in the 1970s when they had a bunch of cars that were not yet painted, but they had that. Anyway, last scene here. This is one of my favorite ones. This is a scene where basically we have one train. Because this train is interesting because it's got three jeeps on the front, and then behind that track laning car, it's coming up here in a second. Behind that track laning car is some auto racks. So, yeah, this club is really awesome. It's got a bunch of Easter eggs you can find. There's a scavenger hunt. There's a bunch of activities for the kids. There's a new club DVD coming out. It's just a fun club. Anyway, this is pretty much wraps up my video. So I'd like to thank you for watching, and of course I will see you in the next video. This is Cowlitz3751 signing off. Hi, it's Cowlitz3751. In the last part of this series, I went through a bunch of cars that I got. Some of them I realized I missed entirely. A couple of these cars you see I did not include in the last video, so I'm just going to do this today. This is part 3 of my series, my model train collection tour. I don't know if there's going to be any more parts in the future, but this is exactly what I have left over. So let's get right to it. Starting off the very beginning is this Denver and Rio Grande Western car built by, don't know who made this, but it's kind of made kind of cheap. I don't know who made this, but I think it was. I don't know who made this honestly, but it looks like it's been made pretty bad. But it's got the wrong kind of couplers. I only use KDs, so it's just something I don't normally use unless it's on the back of the train, which is pretty much fits it. This is one I missed. This is a Southern Pacific 40-foot boxcar. This is made by Walthers, I believe, and this is a very nice car. It's got the metal wheels, no resistor wheel yet, but it's got the KD number 5 couplers, which I installed myself. And coming up after that is this car from Athearn. Now, Athearn went through a stage where they were very much, toy-like. They were just made, kind of cheap. Way back in the day, this is exactly what you would expect from an Athearn car, because Athearn basically hired another company to do their stuff for them. But nowadays they're much better, and I generally like Athearn products. So yeah, it's a very nice car altogether. I put KD couplers on it already, bingo. And next after that is a Bachmann ACF 40-foot flat car, log car, excuse me. This has got 3 logs on it. I actually put the logs on there myself. 2 of them I glued down, but for some reason this one lost its adhesion and it just came right off. This top one right here, as you can see, is one I grabbed from a cutting pile outside of Vernonia. These 2 right here, these 2 are cars that came from a park somewhere, and I can't tell you where that was, but it's from a park. This one is Union Refrigerator, Transit Lines, 40-foot reefer car. Don't know who made this, but as far as I can tell, it's got Athearn, clips on there, but this is not an Athearn car. I can tell by just looking at it. As you can see, it's starting to fall apart. This is probably Intermountain probably is Intermountain. I can only say that because it's just starting to fall apart. So anything from Intermountain is probably not good quality. I don't like their prices sometimes. You know, their prices are pretty ridiculous compared to their quality. So you're definitely getting less than what you paid for if you get an Intermountain. Same thing with Atlas. Atlas went through a stage for a long time. They had somewhat questionable quality. I had to install KD number 5 couplers on this because it had the 2-section couplers, which I come to call them. It's got the stuff on one end, but on the other end it's completely missing. And I can tell you the reason why that happened is because I was stupid enough to let a younger kid in here and basically, you know, tear this thing apart, and this is exactly what the result was. So if you have any suggestions as to what I should do with this car, as to whether what kind of details I should add, please add to the comment section below. I would need something that I would have to buy at the hobby store, you know, on their hobby store website. I'd rather get it from the hobby store than get it online, have something sight unseen. So yeah, this is just one thing you have to consider when you're buying extra stuff, is they have to buy it from the hobby store more reliably than online, you know. Anyway, that's just the rest of my stuff. If there's anything else I missed in the last tour, please add to the comment section below. Anyway, thanks for watching. guys, it's Cody3751. Welcome to the third part in my model train collection tour. In this video we're going to be focusing mainly on the passenger cars, and there's also 2 freight cars and the locomotive. First I'm going to talk about the locomotive, then we'll get to the freight cars and passenger cars last, because they are going to be kind of boring. So let's start with the locomotive. The first thing I'm going to talk about is this locomotive right here, and it is a beautiful locomotive. It is a 3-truck Shady locomotive. It's number 5, and it's for the Weyerhaeuser Timber Company. And this locomotive is, I really like it. It's really awesome looking, and it looks just fantastic. I mean, look at the detail on this. There's all kinds of pipes, there's a bell, there's a whistle. It's really nice, and it's even got a front headlight. So yeah, this is a beautiful engine, and I don't have anything like this. It's anything else that is. And it's so beautiful, I'm afraid to run it sometimes, because what if I blow the motor out? Anyway, it's a good locomotive. Anyway, let's move on to the freight cars and passenger cars. You might be wondering what these things are. Yep, you guessed it. They are daylight cars. These are, in fact, the old style daylight cars. Some of them are newer, but these are the old style daylight cars. So this one is the heavyweight coach. This one's the baggage. Got a RPO car. This is another coach. A similar coach. End car. I think that's the observation lounge. This is a dining car. Sweet. Alright, next part we're going to look at the other passenger cars. Starting off, we're going to look at this one. This is the Leadville. This is the Rio Grande. Another one. This is a baggage. Railway Express Agency. Got this car, which is a coach from Walthers, I believe. This is a dining car from Walthers. Walthers Mainline, by the way. These are 4 Walthers Mainline cars that you saw in another video. Anyway, this is a baggage lounge. This is the observation bar car, I believe it is. Anyway, next we're going to talk about the freight cars, and I'm going to show you a little surprise. These 2 freight cars are just very simplistic. They have this Burlington Ogden car. It's got coils on it. And this tank car, which I haven't run in a while. So this is a good little tank car. Works for me. Anyway, it's a shell tank car. It's nice. Anyway, well, I'll show you one last thing, and then we'll close out the video. Here it is, the surprise I have been holding in store for you guys. This is these are the 3 locomotives I got in the old model trains unboxing video. I'll leave a link in the description. But anyway, we have this locomotive, which is a 060, and that's number 1. Anyway, and we got, this is number 3, and this is a 282 locomotive. And this is a number 2, and this is a 462 locomotive. I'll just focus on that for a second. Anyway, all 3 engines work, and they are good locomotives to have around, and I'm Cody3751. See you later.